In this episode, we stop in with Chef Lookman Mashood, owner of Buca in Bed-Stuy, to ask him what drew his heart to the neighborhood and how one block and his one-of-a-kind pepper soup tells a lot of his faithful story. Buca is located in between two neighborhoods in Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant and Clinton Hill. Two complex and diverse neighborhoods that have felt the full brunt of gentrification. The faces of the people you would have seen walking the streets when Buca first opened 10 years ago looks rapidly different now. Even Buca's placement on Fulton Street is a symbol of the evolving neighborhood as a sandwich between a burnt-out building that once held a church and a veterinary clinic. Buca brings Nigerian cuisine to an eclectic list of Bed-Stuy soul food, Crown Heights Caribbean, and Bushwick Latina Dad Eats. We returned to Buca one evening to speak to Chef Lookman and ask what the neighborhood was like when he first opened.
I don't want to... No, what am I saying? Apart from the Met food across the street, I was the only thing happening here. Like, for real. One of my friends, especially my kid mother friend, they would come and say, Lukman, what are you doing in that neighborhood? It's extremely very dangerous. And I'm like, well, I try every neighborhood. My soul never leave here. I try to get this place. I see another place. But every time I drive by, I just want to be here. You understand me? So I don't know what I do. Nation has something for me here. So I'm going to stay. But after like the first 2 months, I take out the railings. Do you know the rolling door? So I don't have rolling doors on my door. And it's just clear glass like that. And people are like, are you crazy? They are going to take your liquor. They are going to do this. None of that ever happened. So I mean, I'm proud. I love what happened to the neighborhood now, but I hold it down for everybody. I really hold it down, you know?
Lagos, Nigeria. This is the place that Chef Lookman calls home. A country of 206 million people with 21 million living in Lagos. A vibrant city that manages to always showcase the beautiful and resilient spirit of the Nigerian people, while it navigates the stark contrast between poverty and its growing wealthy upper class. Opportunities are increasing for some, but not for all. The food culture in Nigeria is phenomenal. A coastal city where you have easy access to fresh fish, goats, chicken, and assorted vibrant vegetables from the inland. In the past 6 years, the Nigerian presence in Brooklyn has grown over 40%. As the 12th largest oil-producing nation in the world, Nigeria is experiencing a population boom unlike ever before. By the next decade, there will be more Nigerians under 25 years old than anywhere else. That surge is made possible with classic Niger dishes like Egusi, which are stewed into the history of its resilient people and help boost them during trying times. We asked Chef Lookman about how he began his culinary journey in Nigeria.
I'm self-taught, but I must give credit to my grandmother, amazing woman. May her soul rest in peace. It's not even a choice. You have to learn how to cook. I mean, they will literally tell you go and cook. You understand me? So you watch out for it. Maybe from the age of 9, I've been trying to cook, and I was so good at it. There was a time when I first came to the country in 1996. The first job I got was being a chef, manager, dishwasher at one of these Nigerian grocery store that used to have a small restaurant behind the grocery store, more like a joint. But there I used to cook pepper soup, and the old man was selling pepper soup before I came. But when I came, the way I started making it, it became extremely popular that people come from different states to come and have a taste of the pepper soup. So when I left the place in 1998, everybody was asking me, Lukman, when are you going to open your own restaurant? And I said, well, I want to open a restaurant, but I don't want to do the cliche. I want to do something where I can take my friends, where everybody can come. And it's going to 11 years now. Here we are.
Walking through Buca feels like you're being transported to Lagos. I love how Chef Lookman was able to capture the aesthetic of the Nigerian slums that birthed him with the weathered metal siding and translate it and refined it into his vision of his restaurant. Chef Lookman has lived in Brooklyn for 26 years, but he walks the streets of New York as if he's still at home. Meanwhile, the traffic in Lagos is its own unique beast. The streets are a mix of foot traffic, mopeds, cars, rickshaws, and everywhere you look you see the ubiquitous yellow van taxi with the open door. So back inside Buca, you can't help but notice the amazingly maintained yellow van nestled in the back of the restaurant with a beautiful and colorful Nigerian print interior. We just had to ask Chef Lookman to tell us the story.
I should tell you the story of this. This is still operating in Nigeria now, but it used to be the most popular mode of transportation, especially in Lagos for small neighborhood and this and that. And it's not just the bus itself. It is the character of the driver and the conductor. You always have a conductor hanging. You always hang by the door like, oh, let's go, show. You understand? So it's a line itself. I give you a scene like I opened the front gate. We did it 2016. I opened the whole front and we drove it in. Usually we drove it in.
We asked Chef Lookman what makes Nigerian cuisine so special, and oh boy, did we love his answer.
Oh, there is no food like Nigerian food. Even in the African context, I must tell you, it's extremely very unique. We eat a lot of protein. I'm talking about meat, fish, and stuff like that. And because of the uniqueness and the interest, because I know it's very special, it's really very good, but people don't have awareness of it. One thing about Nigerian food you will know is every Nigerian you see, no matter how successful he is, he cannot do without Nigerian food. He cannot do without Nigerian food. You understand me? And in our diet, I can go a whole month without tasting bread. I can go a whole month without tasting rice, which are basic for many people. So that's how great Nigerian food is. And a lot of our food, especially those from the eastern part of Nigeria, is almost medicinal. Like you are healing yourself just by eating regular food. I'm talking about the pepper soup, the other fantastic, even the suya is aphrodisiac, the spices in it. You understand? So when this great opportunity comes to bring this to the world, I decide to not have it in one of those crazy neighborhoods, but have it in the heart of Brooklyn. I'm very honored to be here.
Stewed goat and egusi, a soup thickened with melon seeds and leafy vegetables. It is one of the most popular dishes in Nigeria and often eaten with fufu, a dish of pounded yams. Chef showed us how to eat this like a real Nigerian.
So I will do this. Then I will come here. Yeah. Amazing. Oh my god, it's good. It's damn good.
The world was radically changed by the 2020 pandemic. 1/3 of New York restaurants are permanently closed. We asked Chef Lukman how Buca has weathered the storm.
The first thing we did was how am I going to secure my staff? You know, most of us are from Nigeria, and I know the importance of each one of us to our family. So the first thing I did with Nat is my partner, is to sit down and see how we can secure them. So I had a meeting with them and I told them, those that work 5 days, I said, okay, please, you have to work 3 or 4. Those that work 4, we reduce it to 1. Those that work, some of them we have to let them go. And that was the first thing I did, and we did it for the first 2-3 months. And after a few months, things start picking up a little bit, especially when they allow us to have some people in the restaurant. You know, things start picking up, and even when we have the outside sitting, things become very fun. Then, unfortunately, we have to close it down. It's been an amazing experience, I must tell you.